up YouTube? It's been a while since I've been on cam, but today I wanted to talk about Need for Speed, because I am a Need for Speed fan and I'm very, very worried about the state of Need for Speed right now. Right, so where do I start? Well, I want to say that this video is directed to two sets of people. Number one, of course, is the people in charge of Need for Speed. That means EA, Criterion, Ghost Games, whoever's in charge right now. I've completely lost track and confused. Now, the other people I want to talk to is the exotic guys, the guys who love the exotic supercars. Now, I really have no problem with you, but I am going to explain what's wrong with you. And let's just say you're selfish. Right. So, the question I want to ask you guys is, what is Need for Speed today? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you, but just ask yourself. Nope, you're fucking wrong. Unless you're thinking like me. Because the answer is, Need for Speed is lazy. Need for Speed nowadays is lazy, that's what it is. It's uninspired, not thought of, it's not marinated, it's not, it's just rushed out on these yearly development cycles. Now if these yearly development cycles are true, I mean they obviously are. This is a 2012 game, next came Rivals, before that was Hot Pursuit. Man, this needs to stop. Especially if Underground 3 is apparently coming, supposedly coming. Because you are not going to use the Underground title to get some sales and then fuck us over. As I just showed you, I have Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012. Now, many people hate this game and they hate the developers even more. Now I'm going to go against them and say that this is a great game, but it is not Need for Speed. It is not. Now, you've got this game called Most Wanted, and you've clearly got a police car in the front, but at the same time, Criterion, you had me jumping through, what was it, 120 billboards to get the platinum on this game. What? What? And to top it all off, this game that's called Most Wanted, I'm sorry, I'm shaking a bit because those billboards really did raise my blood pressure. Now, back on track. What was I saying? See, these billboards, look at me, you're stuttering. These billboards pissed me off. Right, what was I saying? On top of that, yes, on top of that, all the billboards, you had a police system where I would get busted. In a game called Most Wanted, I would get busted and what would happen? Sorry, what? What would happen? Sorry, did you say nothing? Nothing would happen, yeah? In a game called Most Wanted. Sorry about that, I had to cool off. Right, what was I saying? Okay. Sorry to bring this up again, but the number one sin with this game is the title. And the reason why I'm talking about the title is because you, whoever's in charge of EA, you are not going to use the Underground title and mess it up. You are not going to use the title to get sales, recognition and attention and then fuck us over. You are going to use the name to deliver what we are expecting and then some and more. Because let me tell you something, Underground is not that little seaside, countryside, drifting supercar heaven. This is not that type of game. Underground, as it implies, it means in the city. The big, broad, dense, urban city. And you know what cars belong there? Yes. Low-end cars, imports. Now I'm not saying this game has to be full of them, because if we look at Most Wanted 2005, the original Most Wanted, which was a spectacular game, phenomenal. A 10 out of 10, no arguments, hands down. Audio, graphics, presentation, customization, car selection, the soundtrack, heck, even the story, whatever little there was of it. In that game, you had a cop who was fucking pissed off at you for driving your car. You were climbing the ranks, you were getting more heat, and the cop was angry at you. To know that you were having fun racing and a cop was getting angry at you in a game called Most Wanted, yes, that's the way it should be done. And to top it all off, you had the whole city on you at one point. That's what I'm talking about. But now what we got? Mindless AI smashing into you, getting you busted and letting you go when you're the most wanted. But anyways, like I said, they're not doing that. What I'm saying is, Underground cannot be rushed. This is not that type of game you can fuck with. It has too much nostalgia, too much value, too much work for you to just rush out. You need to do car parts, that means visual, which means bumpers, spoilers, all that stuff. Performance, engine, turbos, all that stuff. You need to do progression, maybe car specialities like neon and all that stuff. You need to do a bit of a story or a plot, because without that it's just really stupid. So yeah, that I don't recommend you rush out and make it in a year. So if you are going to make Underground, just know he will be watching out for you. And I don't mean watching out for you as in looking after you, or I mean I can help you with some things, you know, holler at me, innit? But if you fuck up, if you dare use the Underground title and come out with a kind of Most Wanted game, oh my days, I will flip shit and never buy a Need for Speed game again, never. I will even beg for the Need for Speed franchise to be shut down, because it's lost its identity, it has no direction. What has there been? There's been Hot Pursuit 2010. I forgot what came out in 2012. Was it Shift? No, that was Most Wanted. What was 2011? That must have been Shift. Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted, Rivals. How many Cops and Robbers games is that? It is clearly time for Underground 3. We need a break. We need to go back to the city. And then on the outskirts of the map, they can be all of this kind of supercar drifty heaven thing you've got going on. Like Black Panther said, Rivals is really that 50p game that you could go to the arcade and find when you go down the beach or the resorts like Butlins or Haven or whatever. I forgot what the game is called, but there would be loads of Ferrari cars you could pick from and you just drift, which is what Need for Speed is nowadays. Supercars and drifting.
So we're all about, you know, drifting at 150 miles an hour, drift 150 miles an hour, drift 150 miles an hour, drift.
And it's sad. I mean, man, let me not get into what I want and don't want from Underground 3, because I already made a video on that ages ago. And it wasn't just my video, it was me and a whole group. But I just presented it. I took their ideas, what they said, and presented it. EA, where is Need for Speed Underground 3? You have gained so much fans just off of 2 games, which is Underground 1 and 2. And they were loved by millions. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they sold millions as well. So why not take another crack at it and make a 3rd Underground?
EA Games.
Challenge everything.
And years later, we still ain't got that Underground 3. Because no one is creative enough, no one is inspired enough to do it, no one is talented enough to handle that game. Is that what it seems? Because if that is the case, then don't hype up Need for Speed Underground 3 or say it's possible or it might come. No, don't say that if you know you can't do it. And if you know you're not up for the challenge of handling all that Underground 3 requires, just piss off. Just piss off. Just piss off. That's all I really have to say. Now, to the exotic guys, I really have no problem with you. I mean, I can understand you disliking rices and imports, but the thing is, variety is always a great thing. Always. Choice is always a great thing. Personalization, as the first few letters imply, belongs to the person. They can do whatever they want with it. They can do whatever they want with it. To their car, whatever colour, whatever rims, whatever spoiler, and shouldn't affect you or bother you. Yeah, you can look at it and think, yeah, I wouldn't do that. But it's not your car, because you can do what you want to yours. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying basically, bottom line is, Underground is not that lazy game you can come up with. You need to do parts, performance, and if I remember right, from Underground, you had, if I remember right, you had bumpers called Sniper, Ace, you had headlights called Eyelids, Projector, you had exhaust called Sonic, I think there was one called Boom, there was one called Rumble. You gotta do that for each car, make sure it fits right, make sure it looks right. So as I'm saying, this is not a game you can rush. You've got to make sure each part and each performance mod, you know, it balances with each and every other car. Not even balances, it works right. So, if you know you're lazy, if you know you're uninspired, if you know you can't handle it, I mean, I wouldn't say you should admit it, but just make sure you don't fuck up. Underground 3, I'll be looking out for it. And when it is announced or it does come out, it better be up to scratch. Otherwise we'll have one very, very, very angry fan.